On everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the J.W. Henry Farm. And well, as you can see in some of our opening clips, sorry if I was seeming out of breath. I just walked up the hill. We're actually in front of our goat lots. As you can see, the main gate going to the main goat lot, and the other goat lot is shut off. You might be wondering, what are we doing today? Well, I want to go ahead and tell you, it's 90 days. 90 days for registered Kikos is when you wean them. And so today, or actually yesterday, we weaned all the bucklings. That's right, we weaned all the bucklings, and our doelings are actually still with the mamas. And the reason we do that, I'll go ahead and say it. Bucklings can become sexually mature almost at 90 days. I got one buckling that's in here. We weighed everyone. He's 65 pounds, and at almost that size, he can almost breed. So we don't want to make that, what's the correct word I'm looking for? I don't want him to breed any of his sisters or his mother. And we do a very controlled kidding season. So where if he impregnated one, then it throw off my whole planning for kidding, and he's relayed almost everything up here. So all the bucklings came off. They don't need mama anymore. Again, the 62 pounder, he's actually the big one in the back. We'll actually go in there and I'll show you all of them. I'll explain what all we're doing for them. And again, welcome back to another episode. I know I've been gone for a while. I'm sorry. Life's been crazy. Been doing school, work, farming a lot, getting a lot done, getting stuff prepared for what's coming. There's a lot of stuff that is coming, and I'm excited to show y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. Got a lot of good stuff in the works. But yeah, let's go in there and get everything ready for them for the day. And again, they have officially been weaning for 18 hours. Yeah, 18 hours. So yeah, let's get a little bit extra water, because even though they have an automatic water trough in here that they're using, I always want to make sure and ensure that they got constant supply of water. So I cut down this little tub. It was 100-gallon. It had a leak up at the top of it, so I cut it down so that way we could use it. So that way they can come in and drink out of it a lot easier for some of the smaller bucklings. So you might be wondering, how exactly do we wean? Well, it's kind of like the cows. We do what we call fence line weaning. So where the mamas can come in, they're actually in their other lot. They can go outside. I let them go outside a lot nowadays because it's a lot of good grazing outside. So they can come in and sniff their babies as their babies are in here. Now, most of them had doelings, and they will be coming off within a few weeks once these bucklings are gone. Because I don't, as I mentioned earlier, these bucklings, I don't need them impregnating their sisters or their mothers. Because they are all related one way or the other. So what we do is we like to do what's called fence line weaning. So fence line weaning is whenever, I still gotta fix that fence, just zip tie it, but that was my squirrel moment. Fence line weaning is whenever the mamas can still come up and sniff their babies through the fence, make sure that they're okay, make sure that they don't need anything, make sure that they're still there, and they actually calm the babies down by being able that they can still smell them through the fence, look at them, see them. So we're not just cold turkey weaning them away. They can still see them, they can still talk to them, they can talk to their older sisters. They can still do everything. So it's a lot easier on the mamas because, one, they gotta get used to not having their baby or get used to not having one of their babies. And it's a lot easier on them because they can still see their mamas, they can still smell them, they can still smell everybody. It's just, we gotta make sure that they don't impregnate them. And we also gotta think about the mamas, because once they get as big as they are, all of them weaned off at over 40 pounds, except for Big Boy over there. Big Boy up there alone is a 62 pounder. That they're not dragging down their moms because of how big they're getting and how much nutrition they need. Especially for Socks right there, who's a first timer, and her baby is a multicolored one. Again, these are 100% New Zealand Kiko goats. Along with fence line weaning, we also want to make sure that they have plenty of water, just like the water trough that's right there, that's constantly filled with fresh water for them. We're supplying them with extra water right there. So in case Some of the smaller ones can't get into the automatic water, which they should. I just want to make sure that they have plenty of water. They have shelter. Yes, so we actually built this barn so whenever it comes time to weaning and for the goat herd, we're actually trying things a little different this year. We actually weaned them in here, but last year, our first group, but we didn't have this barn. We put them in the lean-to where we store our hay. But this year we have the barn, so it should make everything easier. And they have countless and endless amounts of hay right here. So I'll always make sure to feed them hay and grain. They ate yesterday. They actually ate a lot yesterday, so they're not getting as much grain. But for the days that I don't come up here, we also have the creep feeder. So this creep feeder is not really designed for goats. This is actually our calf creep feeder, our old one. As you probably saw in some of our last videos, this used to be up in the back with Lewis's group. But the donkeys have since figured out how to get in there, and we don't want pudgy donkeys eating all the sweet feed. Pudgy donkeys are not really a good thing. I mean, they're already pudgy, but I filled this up with beet pulp, which will make them shiny and make them slick down better. Put a little bit of weight on them, and all stock grain, which is a mixture of corn and molasses. But they also have their goat maintenance that's in there that's good for them. So what we're trying to do is, since they kind of like the cows, they don't need their mamas anymore. I want to still make sure that they're getting everything that they need. So when it comes to everything that they need, water, shelter, and feed, I'm hoping I only had to fill that up once. I really should. In here, this will hold about 600 pounds of feed, but it's currently holding roughly about 70. Because these boys don't really need as much as the cows. Goats don't grow as fast as cows, don't put up as much weight as cows, but they're goats and I love them. But I still want to make sure that they get everything that they need when it comes to weaning, because as you see, they're looking at mama. Mama's still getting adjusted to not having them. But still in here we have our doelings from this year that we will be keeping. All the doelings from this past year we will be keeping. Let's see. Again, all these are 100% New Zealand. That was Franny's big old boy. That is Sox's boy. That is Hazel's boy right there. Hazel has her doeling still. Franny has her doeling Fern, as you can see right there. Fern's right there with her mama. Buck Norris has Brownie. That's his mom right there. And Fancy. Bluey only had the one buckling, which is the brown and red one up there. Brownish red and white. Bluey's up there. She was with him a lot yesterday, but it just makes it so much easier on them, because as they can still hear and see their mamas, they can still smell them. It just makes it a lot easier. And Dimples, my big black and white doe, she's laying right there. Her twin bucklings are also in here. So it just makes it easier on the mama, because we want to make sure that the mamas still have healthy body scores and conditions, along with thinking about what these bucklings need. I mean, golly, guys, just look at this big old group. This is a good looking group of bucklings. And Sox's boy right there. But yeah, this is a really good group. I'm really proud with the way this group is. Again, this group, their moms were first timers and second timers. So this group actually had 10 more pounds on than last year's group with the same sire. And I'm really proud with the way that these boys are developing and growing. I don't mean to scare y'all. I mean, woo! Look at that one. Named him Buck Norris. He's hopefully going to a new home in 2 weeks. But yes, we want to make sure that they got everything that they need when it comes to keeping them healthy for the weaning process. And whew, if y'all had smell-o-vision, you could smell the bucklings from here. They smell. And when I mean they smell, I mean they really do smell. Bucks smell. Because as I mentioned in the last video, the bucks pee on their beards to assert dominance even when there's only one buck, and make them, the does that they bred, smell like them, so the other buck knows that they've already been bred. But these boys smell, again, they'll make some really great herd sires for everyone. They just look fantastic. They're amazing, and we're getting better and better every year. So this year, we'll have a bunch of first timers from their last year's kidding crop. We'll have a few more the next following years, because let's see, we'll have Fern, we'll have Brownie right there, we'll have Molly and Cream, we'll have Rhonda and Rosette, we'll have, I can't see, okay, no, that's Rosette. But we're going to have some really good ones. Again, we really like to build our name up with the ones that we raise, to build not just our farm name up, but our goat name up, because all of these came out of Joyful Oaks Farms keeper Marshall. Mr. Webby, if you're watching this, I cannot thank you enough and cannot say enough good things about his breeding program. But again, this is how we like to wean our goats, and especially our cows too. We always just want to make sure that the health of the animal comes first, and that they're just always healthy when it comes to weaning, and that they don't realize, hey, we can actually be bucklings. We don't need mama anymore. I hope you really enjoyed this video, the process of me telling you how we wean our bucklings. Again, we also vaccinate, so they get vaccinated at 60 days, where they get a pre-month weaning weight, and then they also get a 90-day weaning weight. So Mr. Buck Norris right here gained 20 pounds in a month. Everyone else gained roughly about 10 to 11 pounds in a month too. So I'm really looking forward to how they'll perform in their weaning process and progress. We're going to weigh them again before it comes time to sell them, and before Buck Norris goes to a good home. Again, all 100% New Zealand, can be registered. Really love our group right here. Looking forward to the greatness that is to come. I don't want to spoil anything, so y'all just have to catch up the next time and wait for the updates of how everything's doing. And I hope you really liked our video, and please like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.